This morning, an unexpected day off. The reason in Middleton Cross Plains area that they won't have school today.
It's okay not to be okay.
Plus, raising awareness about eating disorders, the signs to look for in loved ones, and where to find resources.
And the unseasonably mild weather could lead us to some record highs today and tomorrow. We'll track also some storms later tomorrow afternoon coming up.
It's a way to start a week. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynch-Dyde.
I'm Chris Stanford. Yeah, look who's still with us this week.
I have not had a baby yet.
Yeah, any day now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we're touch and go.
All right, so we appreciate every moment we have with you until you go on maternity leave.
We'll see if we last the hour.
We have enough in the weather to talk about today. Big swings in temperatures and a chance of some severe weather.
Kelly Slifka is tracking it all for us in his first warn forecast. Good morning, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, guys. This is going to be another warm day. In fact, actually warmer than what we had yesterday. So we got in the upper 50s yesterday. I think we'll hit the low 60s. And if we get up to 61, that'll break that or tie that record last set back in 2000. Tonight, we're only getting down to 44, likely a warm record low, and then the high temperature up to 66. That would shatter the record of 58. So a couple of very unseasonably warm days, some record-setting highs today and tomorrow, but that's out ahead of a storm that will be moving in late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Right now, the severe weather threat, the best threat, looks to be down to the south into Illinois, but some of those could creep across the border going into late tomorrow afternoon in the evening. Then on the backside of the storm system, it's going to turn much colder with some snow and some cold winds. 33 right now in Madison. We actually jumped up a few degrees over the last hour. 34 in Cottage Grove, 27 in Middleton. And right now we are looking at a wind that's pretty light, but that'll be picking up out of the south, southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So that's what's really going to push our temperatures up quickly once that wind develops. That'll be with us throughout the afternoon. Temperatures in the 30s this morning, rising into the 40s, should be in the low 50s early this afternoon, already hitting the low 60s later today with just a few high thin cirrus clouds expected today. Right now, 33 as the sun's coming up on the horizon. Should be rising through the 40s into the 50s by the noon hour with that southerly wind picking up. More on that severe weather threat tomorrow, coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. To our top story this hour, schools in the Middleton Cross Plains district will be closed today.
All after-school activities are canceled today as well. The district is calling this a network interruption. In a statement last night, a district spokesperson said that the interruption has left some operations unable to fully function, including phone and internet services. The district says it's working with cybersecurity professionals this morning to investigate the incident.
Today marks the start of Eating Disorder Awareness Week. News 3 Now spoke with experts on what to look for if you think a loved one is struggling. Our Braden Ross has that story.
Can start so innocently.
For Jordan Kernan, that's exactly how it started.
It was like my first year of college, and I was like, my sister and I were like, oh, we're just gonna go on like a health kick.
But soon that health kick turned into something that wasn't healthy at all.
I went in for a weight check with my eating disorder doctor here in Madison, and I felt faint. I started to blurred vision, black vision, and my doctor was like, you need to go to the hospital right now.
So Jordan made one of the bravest decisions of her life. She asked for help.
I went to treatment, and I was staying in a residential place with everyone else who struggled with eating disorders. And I was like, wow, you know, this isn't a personal thing. It's not something that's wrong with me.
Nicole Settler is the executive director for eating disorder services at Rogers Behavioral Health, where Jordan was treated.
How do I recognize if this is happening to my kid or friends or family member?
I think in general, big changes in behavior, especially around eating, are probably one of the things to look out for.
Other warning signs can be obsessions with exercise and dramatic weight changes. But Settler says the signs can be hard to spot, especially in people who don't fit the stereotypical image of an eating disorder.
For example, with anorexia nervosa, we often see among boys and young men that there's more of a focus on musculature. So it's not so much about being small, being thin, but more about being in shape, being toned.
And it's not just boys. People of color are half as likely to be diagnosed or receive treatment for an eating disorder.
I went unnoticed for a very long time because I'm like, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna hide it sort of thing. And
years later, Jordan is now a third-grade teacher in Sun Prairie.
My kids know that the word fat is not allowed in my room, and I get very, very upset if I ever hear it.
She's proud to be an example that recovery is possible. It just takes a little bit of bravery.
As hard as it can be, ask for help, because it's okay not to be okay. And there are tons of people out there that are experts at this and can really help you get your life back.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
If you or someone you know is struggling with disordered eating, help is available. Take a look at your screen here. You can find resources not only at nationaleatingdisorders.org, but also at this eating disorders hotline. That number on your screen is 800-931-2237.
And the number of young people between 12 and 25 receiving antidepressants is now bigger than it was pre-pandemic. A new study from the journal Pediatrics shows since the COVID-19 outbreak, the rate of antidepressant dispensing rose nearly 64% in the U.S. That rate rose 130% faster for girls aged 12 to 17 and 60% for women 18 to 25. Also, the studies say that decreased stigma around seeking help for mental health issues is contributing to the uptick. To stay informed on today's top health stories, download the Channel 3000 mobile app. It's free in your app store.
It's 6:05 now. Time to check in with the Midwest Farm Report's Pam Yankee.
And who isn't talking about weather around Wisconsin on a Monday? I should tell you what, our farmers sure are. Decided we better follow up on how the maple syrup season is coming on and going to be impacted by these 48 hours worth of hot weather. So we talked to Jesse Wagner. He's the owner and operator of the Woods Sugar Bush up in Manitowoc. Now he'd say, hey, he's right up there along the lakeshore, probably going to be all right by that. He said, well, 48 hours worth of warmer weather that we're expecting is fine. But he said if it was any longer than that, that would be the end of the season. He said it's been an exceptionally long season for a lot of maple syrup producers in Wisconsin. Some farther north happen to start tapping trees back in December, and they have continued with production. Now, what would they ideally like to see happen after we get through this sudden spike up in heat? They'd like to see it cool back down and maybe even get snow on the ground. He said that snow is really an insulating factor, keeping the ground cool so that those trees don't decide they're going to start to bud out and shut down production. But it's been a very good year, at least as far as volume, for our Wisconsin maple syrup producers. We appreciate Jesse chiming in. Well, we'll chime in up in Door County later this week. That's when we're going to find out the identities of the 6 finalists for our Alice in Dairyland. Remember, that's going to be happening in May, the final phase of interviews. Friday, the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection will be up in Egg Harbor introducing the general public to those 6 finalists. Farm Babe's going to be there. I wish I could be where these babies are. Thanks so much for all the photos that you sent in over the weekend. A lot of babies that are still populating farm country. Take a look at some of these sweeties that are out there. And don't forget, I'm always looking not only for your pictures, but for any of the stories that you can share with us on those babies, those little sweeties. I believe they were born on Saturday. Got the picture right away. You can see that they still even have a little umbilical cord still there. Look at that. Jason sent me the pictures of these little porkers. Got to get right up in the camera. I was going to say ham it up, but that's probably not appropriate. But still fun to see those little piglets getting their legs underneath them. Like I said, the lammies are out there too. The snow is probably going to be gone from the lammies, but babies still hitting the ground out there. And like we said, if you've got some of those baby pictures you want to continue to share with me, we're all ears here on News 3, or I should say eyes. Look at that, baby. You can send them to me via Facebook Messenger. Just look for Fabulous Farm Babe. Or, of course, email me directly and add the comments about those babies if you want. Pam at MidwestFarmReport.com. That's me. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Pam Yankee. News 3 this morning.
I should probably send a baby picture to Pam first because she gets so excited.
I never get old. They never get old. I always love seeing them every morning.
Ham it up.
Hamming it up.
Very
Good
cute.
stuff. Thanks, Pam.
6:08 coming up after the break. Let's hype about olive oil's health benefits. But is it all true? Consumer Reports weighs in.
We got a beautiful sunrise coming up this morning. It's going to lead to another mild day, maybe breaking some records. Well, the first warn forecast just ahead.
And coming up later, Wisconsin might have lost to Purdue, but one Badger still managed to shine. Coming up in morning sports, how many points one player scored to get her career high.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear all-wheel drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota all-wheel drive sedans.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a stylish new 2024 Camry. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring. I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Copeson buses. Working with Copeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Copeson.com to apply.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Watch the Bucks on broadcast TV when they battle with the Bulls on your new local home for select Bucks games. Don't miss a second of the action as the Bucks head to the Windy City to tip off with their interstate rivals. It's a battle on the border. Bucks, Bulls on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Friday at 9 on Television Wisconsin. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Back on your Monday, olive oil is a popular choice over other oils because of its supposed health benefits. But are those benefits real? Well, Consumer Reports poured through the research to find the truth about its reputation and tested 26 olive oils to find the best. Drizzle it on a salad, dip some bread in it, or simply cook with it, olive oil is a pantry staple with a reputation for being both versatile and healthy. No wonder it's garnered the nickname liquid gold. But just how good is it for you?
Research does link olive oil, especially when part of a Mediterranean-type diet, to numerous positive health outcomes, including reduced inflammation, longevity, improving lipid profiles, and even reducing the risk of certain chronic diseases.
A study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology involving about 92,000 people found that consuming more than 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil a day reduced the risk of dying early from any cause by 19% compared with consuming less. But before you head out and start filling your cart, make sure you're getting the right one. Not all olive oils are made the same.
To get the full health benefits of olive oil, you'll want to choose extra virgin, which contains many bioactive compounds, including phenols, which are responsible for most of the health benefits. Regular olive oil is refined and has almost none of these compounds.
To find the best extra virgin olive oils, CR recruited a trained sensory panel and olive oil tasting experts. Yes, those people really exist. Each oil was served in a special blue glass so that the samples were blind and the color didn't influence the expert's evaluation. 2 olive oils stand out for flavor and value. Aldi's specially selected Sicilian extra virgin olive oil and California Olive Ranch 100% California medium extra virgin olive oil. And when you get that olive oil home, proper storage is key. Keep it closed tightly in a dark place away from heat sources like the dishwasher or the stove. Well, olive oil isn't the only oil with health benefits that are out there. Other plant oils like soybean and avocado can be healthy options as well.
We thought you would get a really big kick out of this story because you're such a big cooker.
Yeah, I mean, I love to cook. I love olive oil. I feel passionate about it, my Italian roots.
I like how versatile it is. Like, you can drizzle it on things. Like, you use it in the pan. You know, if you're baking something, you drizzle it on top of that.
My mom, my aunts.
All over.
Better than lotion, baby.
Yeah.
Really?
Nice moisturizer.
Wow, that's an Italian for you.
The secret to
Give
those.
it a try.
Us Irish folk don't do that.
That golden glow of the Italians.
That's right.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Shane.
You got it.
All right, let's switch gears here and talk about politics as we take a live look at the White House this morning. President Biden will meet with congressional leaders tomorrow to talk about Ukraine aid and avoiding a partial government shutdown. All of this will happen as voters in Michigan head to the polls for the state's primaries. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll have a breakdown of the challenges the Biden campaign is facing there and the expectations for Nikki Haley after losing her home state of South Carolina to former President Trump over the weekend.
6:15 your time now. A little bit of green outside of the White House. Kelly, it feels like we're going to start seeing some green around here.
Yeah, I mean, with these kind of temperatures, yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing some of the trees starting to bud. We've seen some of the early spring plants already coming through the ground as well. We've got a beautiful morning right now. The sun coming up. The birds are out here chirping as well. They're ready for spring as well. 61 expected today. If we get up to that level, that'll tie the record of 61 set back in 2000. Remember, our average high is 35. And it looks like we're going to be above average the next couple days. 61 expected today. Some low to mid 60s. Mazomanie 64, 63 in Mount Horeb and also Perry. Looking at 60s today and also going into tomorrow. And then this is our trend basically. We had above average temperatures just a couple of days here and there that we've actually slipped below zero or below average. And that will be the case, it looks like, going forward. We have a couple of colder days coming our way this week, but as has been the case pretty much all winter long, it's not going to last real long. So record high temperatures today and also tomorrow, low to mid 60s both days. So we'll likely break some records over the next 48 hours. There will be a chance of some showers and storms. Typically when you get that swing in temperatures, you do see a storm system moving through, and that's what's going to develop tomorrow. But it looks like the main threat is going to be to the south into Illinois. Some of these storms, though, may actually creep across the border into southern areas of the state. And then it's going to turn cold for one day, very cold Wednesday. That'll be the day it's going to feel a little bit more like winter, but not the next couple of days. 61 expected today. 66 tomorrow would shatter the record of 58 set back in 1976. So, yeah, the temperature swings continued this week. Looking at 60s today and tomorrow. Then we drop dramatically by Wednesday, only in the upper 20s. It's going to be windy as well. Then we quickly get out of the deep freeze going into Thursday and Friday. Another beautiful weekend with low to mid, maybe upper 60s by Sunday. So some warm temperatures headed our way. So the cold air, we'll get a little bit of a taste of that come our way Wednesday. It'll be short-lived, though. It's going to retreat right back to the north, and then we're under a mild southerly flow going into the weekend. That'll set us up for maybe some more record highs. So today, looking at some sunshine this morning, a few clouds rolling in this afternoon as we top out in the lower 60s today. So a beautiful day. It's going to be breezy. We do have an alert day for the severe weather threat. It's a marginal risk of severe weather, but there may be an isolated storm that does produce some high winds and also some hail later tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Marginal risk of severe weather, basically southeast of Madison. That yellow shading is a slight risk of severe weather, a little better threat as you head towards southeastern Wisconsin in towards Chicago. So this is tomorrow afternoon. A few showers and storms popping up. Once again, maybe an isolated severe storm. Then the cold air moves in between about 10 and 11 o'clock. Some of that changing over to some snow. Could see some minor accumulation waking up Wednesday morning. 33 right now in Madison, 28 in Janesville, 24 in Lone Rock, 36 in Mineral Point. 61 today, maybe tying that record set back in 2000. 66 tomorrow, likely shattering the record. Those storms really won't get going until after 4 o'clock, up until about 8 o'clock. That'll be that window of opportunity. I've seen some of these showers and storms tomorrow. Then it turns much colder, maybe waking up to some minor accumulation of snow on the ground Wednesday, only up to 27, but we quickly rebound 40s, 50s. There are those 60s. Looks like a beautiful weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Getting consistency out of your players is one of a coach's biggest challenges. Usually with freshmen, simply put, it's not going to happen. But John Blackwell is the outlier to that rule. You know what you're getting out of him every single night. He didn't get a ton of offers out of high school, which makes Greg Gard look like a genius right now. The three-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week plays with a veteran presence and just always seems to make the right play.
He does things you can't teach. That's an innate feel. That's, you know, his dad or mom or whoever growing up. He just has he's a smart basketball player. And like I said, that's why we wanted him here, and obviously he's contributing a lot as a freshman.
I think the big thing with John is just his mindset. When we're struggling a little bit, not scoring, he's going to go attack and try to get to the free throw line, and that's pretty impressive for a freshman. He does all the little defensive things, too. I think outside of Chucky, he's one of our best on-ball defenders.
And the Bucks in Philly looking to start 2-0 out of the All-Star break. Final seconds of the first half, and Giannis heaves one all the way down the floor. Gets it to Brook Lopez, who finishes the layup. Bucks are up 21 going into the second half. And then in the third quarter, Dame Dalla dishing some dimes. Throws the alley-oop for Giannis, who finishes the jam. Giannis had 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Lillard added 24 points of his own. And the Bucks get their second straight win out of the All-Star break. 119-98 is your final. 3 games to go for the Wisconsin women this season, and a win over Purdue would be huge. Natalie Leitzinger had herself a day yesterday. The senior from Monroe splashes home the 3 and ties the game up at 36 apiece in the third quarter. But then just 4 minutes later, the Badgers had dug themselves into a 10-point hole. Leitzinger again for 3, you betcha. A career-high 18 for the senior. She went 4 for 5 from deep, but the Badgers can't get it done. Purdue wins it 79-55 is your final. Wisconsin women's hockey toppled #1 Ohio State on Saturday night, beating them for the first time since last year's national championship game. We head into the postseason with an eerily similar situation to last year in this same rivalry. But first up is the WCHA final face-off, where Bucky clinched home ice in the first round. They'll host St. Thomas in a best-of-3 starting on March 1st. And former Badger Chris Chelios saw his number 7 immortalized in Chicago Blackhawks history yesterday. He played 26 seasons in the NHL, including 9 with his hometown Blackhawks, scoring 92 goals for the team and setting the franchise record for penalty minutes, which still stands today. Chelios said in part, "Where I came from, it's so hard to believe that this is happening." That's your morning sports fix. Have a meaningful Monday.
That's really nice, Andrew. Thank you.
It is.
All right, still ahead this morning, how to receive a credit if you were impacted by last week's cellular outage.
We'll talk about it coming up next.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
11% off everything is happening now at Menards. Canless LED wafer lights from Juno are an excellent lighting solution for any space. They feature 5 switchable color temperatures and are easy to install. Just $17.97 each after rebate. Brighten your home or workspace with our utility lighting options. We carry a great in-stock selection ready to take home and light up your next project. Get this LED panel light for $48.94 after 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
What? What's that? Corned beef? Ooh, melty stuff. Sauerkraut? Plus Thousand Island? On special bread? Oh, got it. That's Arby's Reuben. Arby's, we have the meats.
Your Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
News 3 Now and Vortex present The Spirit of Service, a tribute to those who've gone above and beyond in our community. Over the past few weeks, you've nominated a veteran in our community who's making a real difference. Now it's time for you to vote for the finalist. Visit channel3000.com, read their stories, and vote for the deserving finalist. The lucky winner will be announced on March 11th. The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
Shane's here with the trending story of the day.
All right, guys, good morning. Remember last week's phone outages caused a real stir around the country? Yeah. Well, if you have AT&T and you were impacted by that outage, you may get some money for it. AT&T says it's giving customers affected a $5 credit. I know, I teased it up to make it maybe sound like it's going to be a lot, but
you're all getting new phones.
No, it's better than nothing, you know. In a message sent to their customers, the company apologized and said the credit is to, quote, help make it right. The FCC is investigating the outage, which AT&T says was caused by a technical error.
Okay, you guys laugh, but what do you want? What do you expect AT&T to do?
I don't know, more than $5.
I'm laughing because Leah's laughing, but I agree with you. Like,
they probably got tens of millions of users across the country. They're supposed to give everybody what, like $100?
I'm sure they're hurting for money. It's like Alaska Airlines, who was like, here's some good wishes after a door fell out.
What I said last hour is, you know, a lot of companies would have just been like, all right, it's over, we're done, who cares?
True.
At least it's something. I mean, you know.
What are you buying? Starbucks?
You can put it towards, the new app on your phone that you're going to buy or something.
Probably more expensive than $5.
All right. We'll get to those big changes in the forecast right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, what have you been trying? I said, well, I've tried this product called Power Swab. And he said, I can't believe how white your teeth are. So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now for a special offer to receive 50% off. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Spectrum Internet delivers with fast and reliable speeds nationwide. So there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com or call 844-242-1479. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 with advanced Wi-Fi and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. Start saving today. Go to Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, call 844-242-1479, or scan to call now.
This morning we have an update in the case of a missing child that sparked an Amber Alert last week. The two suspects in court today.
Plus, Campaign 2024, where the campaign trail is heading and what the candidates are telling voters.
Boy, and we are keeping our eye on the forecast today as we take a live look outside as the sun comes up. Got some big swings in the temperature, Kelly.
Yeah, we're going to be on the up and up the next couple of days. Right now, we're starting out in the upper 20s and low 30s. Temperatures could be breaking some records later today. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. You're waking up to a pretty nice day as far as Mondays go. Some record-breaking temperatures in store.
Yeah, you know, Kelly was saying that the temperatures are going to be on the rise today. We're going to plummet again. So when we get these kinds of changes in the forecast, especially this time of year, we get a risk of severe weather. Kelly's tracking that and more. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's going to be another nice, mild day today. Temperatures in the lower 60s, and the record high today is 61, and that's what we're forecasting. That was last set back in 2000. Now, if we don't get to that level today, we'll likely shatter the record tomorrow. Both the warm low, the previous record, 38, set back in 1895, waking up to 44 tomorrow morning and getting up to 66 tomorrow afternoon. The record high tomorrow is only 58. I don't think we'll have any problem breaking that record. But as we were talking about the transition between the warm and then the cold, that could likely spark some stronger storms. It looks like the best threat is going to be staying to the south into Illinois, but some of these could creep north of the border, bringing us some strong storms by tomorrow evening. Then it's going to turn windy and colder. Some of this rain changing over to some snow. May wake up to some minor accumulation come up Wednesday morning. 27 in Middleton right now, Madison 33, Brooklyn at 32 this morning. We will have a wind that'll pick up out of the south and east. That'll be up there at 10 to 20 miles per hour, but that'll boost our temperatures fairly quickly once that wind develops right through the afternoon hours. Temperatures in the 30s this morning, quickly warming through the 40s into the 50s. Should be topping out in the lower 60s, just a few high, thin clouds as that southerly wind continues to develop. Headed off to the bus stop, it's going to be a breezy day with temperatures in the lower 60s this afternoon. More on that severe weather potential tomorrow, coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Happening today, the Middleton Cross Plains School District is closing its schools because of a network interruption. A district spokesperson says some critical operations, including phone and internet systems, aren't fully functional. The district is investigating. It has cybersecurity experts involved at this point. It's not commenting any further right now on that shutdown. And continuing coverage now on the search for missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu.
He was the one who the Amber Alert was issued for last week. 2 people now close to the case are going to be in court today, including the boy's mother. Our Shane Hogan is here with this update. Shane, what can you tell us?
Hey guys, good morning. The boy's mother and an acquaintance are facing child neglect charges related to that missing boy. They will both be in court today. Over the weekend, the search for the boy expanded beyond the initial area to now the Wisconsin Dells, which is where Jesse Vang lives. Vang was the last person who authorities think Vu could have been with. According to prosecutors, Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, gave the boy over to Vang for disciplinary reasons. Vu's extended family says that it's too soon, though, to point fingers.
We're not going to rule anything out, but we're not going to, just come out and put blame on one particular person and say they did this or that when nobody really even knows anything yet.
Both Bauer and Vang are now facing charges of child neglect. We will, of course, keep you updated here on News 3 Now this morning and over on channel3000.com with any updates that come out of the court. Of course, still in the process of looking for missing Elijah Vu, guys.
All right, Shane Hogan, thanks for that update.
At 6:33, a Fond du Lac man will spend the rest of his life behind bars for killing a woman back in 2022.
A jury found Gary E. Davis guilty of multiple charges, including first-degree intentional homicide, mayhem, and hiding a corpse. Court filings say the body of Jacqueline Rooney was found with 14 stab wounds and multiple blunt force injuries to her head in her apartment. The first-degree homicide conviction means that Davis must spend life in prison as part of the minimum sentence for that crime. A sentencing hearing hasn't been scheduled yet to determine if he'll be eligible for early release.
Here's a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning, where a member of the U.S. Air Force is in critical condition. This after setting himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy. The man identified himself as Aaron Bushnell in a video of the incident. He said he no longer wants to be, quote, complicit in genocide. He then put his recording device down and could be heard yelling "Free Palestine" as he lit himself on fire. Police arrived. Paramedics took the man to the hospital. No one else on embassy grounds was hurt.
The display comes as pressure is rising on President Biden to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. The effects are being felt in the president's next primary state of Michigan this morning, where a group of voters is holding a campaign to vote uncommitted in the primary. They hope this will send a message that in order to get their votes in the battleground state come November, a ceasefire is necessary.
President Biden isn't the only one campaigning in the state. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is keeping her word of staying in the race. This despite that 20-point primary loss to former President Trump in her own home state over the weekend. CBS News' correspondent Naomi Ruckham has the latest from the campaign trail.
2024 presidential hopeful Nikki Haley was already back on the campaign trail in Michigan, a day after former President Donald Trump claimed victory in her home state of South Carolina.
You can't have a candidate who's going to win a primary who can't win a general.
Haley will rally again today in the Great Lakes state ahead of tomorrow's primary. Afterwards, she plans to barnstorm through multiple states leading up to next week's Super Tuesday.
I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now.
With his Palmetto State win, Trump is one step closer to the GOP nomination, but he's facing criticism over racially charged comments at a black conservatives gathering last week.
We've all seen the mugshot, and you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population.
A Biden campaign spokesman called those comments, quote, insulting and moronic. President Biden is also on the ballot in Michigan tomorrow. His surrogates honed in on abortion rights while campaigning there over the weekend.
Women should have the right to make their own decisions about their health care and not politicians.
But the Israel-Hamas conflict is the other big issue in the Great Lakes state. Some pro-Palestinian activists are pushing Democratic primary voters to vote uncommitted in protest of the president's support of Israel. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Nikki Haley's campaign says she raised more than $1 million in the hours following her South Carolina loss to former President Trump. But a prominent conservative group founded by the billionaire Koch brothers now says it will no longer financially support her campaign.
Before the November election, community leaders are trying to clear up the laws about who can vote. Ernestine Moss from the League of Women Voters of Dane County sat down with our Will Keneally on this week's For the Record and explained that people with a criminal history often don't vote due to a misunderstanding of the system.
A lot of people don't know that, and those who are serving misdemeanors in jail have the perception that they are unable to vote, and we want them to know that they have the right to vote and encourage them to vote absentee ballot.
Moss says the League of Women Voters has worked with Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett to identify previously incarcerated folks who are interested in voting to assist them in the process.
6:37, time to check in with the Midwest Farm Report's Pam Yankee.
On a Monday, here we go. Well, let's recap some of the action from over the weekend first, shall we? Marble Seeds' 35th Annual Organic Farming Conference wrapped up on Saturday. That was in La Crosse, and guess what? A Northeast Wisconsin farm was recognized as their Organic Farm of the Year. Now, this farm started back in the 1990s as an organic dairy operation. Full Circle Community Farm is just outside of Seymour. That's where Rick Adamski, as well as Valerie Dantoine, kind of started the operation. Then they started bringing in additional partners, and they pivoted towards the grass-fed beef as well as organic food products that they now have available in their store. Who you see there on the left, that's Scott Rosenberg, one of the partners. Rick Adamski is standing in the back with the cap on. Then that's Valerie Dantoine. Then Heather Tolman, another one of the partners, and Andrew Adamski. Those are the partners in Full Circle Farm. They say that it's very nice to know that they're going in the right direction. I thought it was interesting is Scott Rosenberg, who is kind of the latest team member added in. He's in charge of kind of the handling of all the fresh produce. He said, it's kind of a sigh of relief. He says, it tells me that I'm not just doing what I want to do, but it's also knowing that I'm doing what's right by the business. So again, congratulations, Organic Farmers of the Year at the Marble Seed Organic Farming Conference. That's Full Circle Community Farm just outside of Seymour. Congratulations, Rick, Val, Adam, Heather, as well as Scott. Wisconsin farmers are stepping up to make sure that if there's questions about an issue, if there's questions about something we're doing in the industry, you actually are getting farmers with answers. The Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation has selected 15 members, part of their WISC-Go team. Basically, these are the folks that will be the front line of communications whenever the media or anybody else has questions about particular practices, policies, whatever it may be. From our area, I want to congratulate Andrew Del Santo from Grant County, Sidney Flick from Columbia County, Mitch Giebel from Juneau County, Libby Hoffman from Jefferson County, Rachel Harmons up in Door County, Ben Hubers in Greene County, Caitlin Kessler, she's in Calumet County, Lynn Leahy from Waushara County, Brooke Trustum in Rock County, and Derek Orth in Grant County, just to name a few of the new WISC-Go folks helping to lead the information charge when it comes to questions about agriculture. Questions about calendar? I got you covered this week, that's for sure. As far as activities are concerned, just to remember a couple different things. We've got deadlines looming. March 1st, the deadline for Century Sesquicentennial farm applications. This Friday, March 1st, is also your opportunity to join up with fellow forage producers in Dodge County. They always have a great meeting. They're going to get started at 10:45 with registration at the Pizza Ranch in Beaver Dam. If you're interested, contact the Dodge County Extension Office or give them a call on that number, and they'll run through the agenda details with you. So just a quick update as we get rolling on a crazy day in February. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Pam Yankee on News 3 this morning.
Have a good one, Pam. Coming up after the break, a piece of history brought to the present. How one ballpark is honoring Black History Month.
And it looks like the mild weather will continue. We could be talking about some record high temperatures the next couple of days. We also have a severe weather threat later this week. We'll have more coming up in the First Warn forecast.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe it's time the world sees your smile. Whether it's a single tooth, dentures, or dental implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone.
Go ahead and smile.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy! Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Teeth are amazing. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we are proud to offer a best price guarantee. Whether it's a first look or a second opinion, we make new smiles affordable for everyone.
Go ahead and smile.
Tonight at 6. It's a new day in Wisconsin.
The passage of new electoral maps could change the game for state politics.
Now we move forward with fair maps.
As Campaign 2024 moves forward, find out how the redrawn lines could impact both parties' strategies and what it could mean in the district where you cast a vote.
I still think we can win.
Plus, I'll break down the policies that could be back on the legislative table if controlling the Capitol flips this November. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the patio here this morning. It's great to see the sun coming up earlier and earlier. The birds are out here chirping and singing. The squirrels are raiding their bird feeder behind me as well this morning. Yeah, it's going to be a nice day, another beautiful afternoon. Look at the sun coming up on the horizon here as we are looking eastbound from the station. A lot of sunshine expected this morning. And with a wind picking up out of the south, it's going to be a mild day. Temperatures headed into the lower 60s. If we get up to 61, that will tie a record high for the day, set back in 2000. So we are looking at some record warm temperatures today. If we don't get it today, we'll likely get it tomorrow. Probably shatter the record high tomorrow afternoon. And in between the warm air that we have the next couple of days and the cold air coming in Wednesday, we do have the possibility of seeing some stronger storms developing, maybe some isolated severe storms. A lot of this is going to be staying to the south into Illinois, but some of these could creep across the border later tomorrow afternoon, the evening, say after 4 o'clock up until about 8 o'clock. And then the cold air pours in, and that changes that rain over to some snow Tuesday night into a Wednesday morning. Could end up with some minor accumulation, but it's going to drop. The temperature is going to drop really quickly. Could get some icy patches on some of those roads waking up Wednesday morning. So 61 expected today. That would tie the record of 61 in 2000. Tonight we're only getting down to 44. That'll likely break a record warm low temperature, which is 38, and 58 is the record high tomorrow. No problem in hitting that, beating that record well into the 60s tomorrow, as we are under this mild weather pattern. That cold air just lurking up to the north. We'll get a shot of that, but as has been the case all winter long for the most part, it's not going to last real long. Only a couple of days before that mild weather returns by Friday, going into the weekend. And we're talking about temperatures that could be flirting with 70 this upcoming weekend. And that doesn't end there. Even this weekend into next week, it looks like about the eastern two-thirds of the United States is going to be above average, while the colder than average weather is expected out there in California. More storms, unfortunately, for them. All right, future track, looking at some sunshine this morning with that southerly wind picking up. It will warm up quickly through the low 50s here at the noon hour, topping out in low 60s. May see some mid 60s there in southwestern areas of the state, also getting closer toward the Illinois border. So we got the mild weather the next couple of days, but also the severe weather threat, an alert day because of that. Mainly southeast of Madison, it looks like. High winds and hail. This will be later tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. Marginal risk of severe weather, basically southeast side of Madison down toward Janesville, then off to the east into Jefferson County. You see that yellow shading, southeastern Wisconsin into Chicago. That's a slight risk of severe weather. A little better chance down there, but we could see an isolated strong to severe storm develop tomorrow. Some scattered showers during the evening hours, but as we get toward 10, 11 o'clock, that rain will be starting to change over to some snow tomorrow. Accumulations would be minor, but with temperatures dropping quickly, some of that melting may cause some icy roads waking up Wednesday morning. 33 right now in Madison, at 28 in Janesville, 34 in Watertown, Lone Rock at 24, a little bit colder. Some of those valley locations because of the light winds. 28 in Middleton, 31 right now in Sun Prairie, and also Cottage Grove. So it's going to be a nice, beautiful Monday for us, just a little bit breezy. Headed up into low 60s, 44 tonight. 66 tomorrow, the first warn alert day due to the shower chances, and then that'll change over to snow. Look at that low by Wednesday morning, so some of that melting that's going on could cause some icy conditions waking up Wednesday morning. Only getting up to 27, no relief there as far as that ice with temperatures below freezing. 40s Thursday, quickly warming into the 50s Friday, and just another beautiful weekend. 60s, maybe 68 by Sunday this weekend.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. 6:48 now. To honor Black History Month, the new museum is getting ready to open in a place where baseball history was made by pioneering black players. Bradley Blackburn takes us there.
In Patterson, New Jersey, next to the Great Falls of the Passaic River, historic Hinchliffe Stadium is ready for roaring crowds once again.
We brought the stadium back. Now it's time to tell the story.
This Depression-era field was once home to teams in the Negro Leagues, back when baseball was segregated and some of the best players in the game, like Patterson's own Larry Doby, were excluded from white teams.
You could come here and just see stars, you know, Monty Irvin, Ray Dandridge, to Larry Doby, just stars.
They all played on this field. 20 Hall of Famers played at Hinchliffe Stadium.
Hinchliffe is one of the few Negro Leagues ballparks still standing, but it fell into disrepair in the 90s. After a multi-million-dollar restoration, the field is again hosting games. A minor league team is based here, and a new museum is now under construction, connected to the stands.
Negro League Baseball is a very important part of history. It's a discussion around Jim Crow, segregation, but also about athletes and society and black people persevering.
Montclair State University is helping curate and develop the Charles J. Muth Museum of Hinchliffe Stadium.
This was a critical part in the civil rights movement.
University President Jonathan Coppell says it's a story everyone should know, including those coming to see a game.
We want it to be an active, engaged learning environment where young people and community members are coming in and learning the history of this stadium and what it means to Patterson.
A new home base for history on the field where it happened. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Patterson, New Jersey.
The new Hinchliffe Museum will open up in April, joining another museum dedicated to the leagues, which it's open in Kansas City, Missouri.
It's 6:50 on your Monday. Coming up in the morning sprint, all of the top headlines to start your work week out, right?
We'll have the morning sprint right after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
US Cellular, built for us.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Don's Home Furniture, Best Outdoor Living Spaces and Services, Best Interior Design. Nominate all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Want to test drive US Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Here we go.
Hey, I wonder if US Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Test drive US Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Your local funeral home since 1869. We are Cress.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
The Middleton Cross Plains Area School District is closing today because of a network disruption. In a news release, a district spokesperson says some critical operations like phone and internet systems aren't fully functional. Cybersecurity experts are working on the problem.
The search for 3-year-old Elijah Vu continues this morning as the 2 primary suspects are scheduled to be in court today on child neglect charges. Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, and an acquaintance, Jesse Vang, are both facing charges in this case. Prosecutors say Bauer gave her child over to Vang for disciplinary action. The search for Vu has now been extended also to the Wisconsin Dells, where Vang lives.
In Washington, D.C., a man is in critical condition after setting himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy. He identified himself as a member of the U.S. Air Force in a video of the incident. He also said in that video he would not be complicit in what he calls a genocide. He can be heard yelling, "Free Palestine."
Presidential candidates are campaigning in Michigan ahead of tomorrow's primary. Nikki Haley is keeping her promise to stay in the race after that defeat in her home state of South Carolina over the weekend by former President Trump. Meanwhile, President Biden is facing pushback from Michigan voters who have all started a campaign to vote uncommitted over his handling of the Israel-Hamas war.
The White House says President Biden is meeting with top congressional leaders in both parties tomorrow. Part of the negotiations will be on avoiding an imminent government shutdown. The president is also asking the House to pass a Senate bill with $60 billion in aid for Ukraine. Former President Trump says he opposes the funding, making passage difficult.
For the first time, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky publicly acknowledged that 31,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed more than 2 years since Russia's invasion. He also suggested that the failed counteroffensive last year may have been caused by information leaked to Russia, all while asking for aid, which has been tied up in Congress.
There's one more meeting about police body cameras before the Dane County Sheriff launches its pilot program. You can bring questions or concerns about the program to Middleton Town Hall Wednesday night at 6. The program will run for 1 year. 32 deputies will wear them to record their interactions with community members.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, it's going to be another unseasonably mild day. In fact, we could be talking about some records today and definitely tomorrow with temperatures well into the 60s. But we do have a chance of some strong, maybe even some severe storms developing late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Then a winter blast comes our way, it looks like by Wednesday, changing that rain over to some snow early in the morning. Looking at clear skies this morning, temperatures in the low 50s here at the noon hour, just a few clouds rolling through as we get into the low 60s. It will be breezy today, but that southerly wind pushing us up close to record highs. The record high today is 61. Southerly winds up there at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, likely break the record as we get up to 66. We do have an alert day for the potential for some severe weather. It looks like it'll be isolated, but we'll keep our eyes on that.
Yeah, Kelly's going to keep tracking it for us. Thank you, Kelly. Enjoy that sun out there this morning, folks. We're back in half an hour with another news and weather update.